Okay, so I'm just testing it. I'll go live. Yes, it looks like we're live. All right. Hi, everyone. This is Aniket D'Souza, and welcome to another Tuesday talk session. And in today's session, we'll be talking about how do you do an SEO audit, and you can do it for free. So you can definitely try that whenever you want. And what I'm going to add to this is I do know that SEO audit, doing an SEO audit could be easier, much easier with the kind of tool that I'm going to show you. And what I'm going to add on is something more, even more valuable. And this is something to do like you can actually check how many people search for any keyword out there. You don't really have to do an extensive Google Ads research to find out what is the kind of volume a particular keyword gets. So that's something that I would want to add on to with this particular in this particular tutorial video. All right, so let's get started with that. I'm going to shift to my desktop screen and we'll go from there. All right, so let me just switch to it. All right, so I hope you can see my screen. And let's start off with it. So the tool that I'm going to actually take you through is Ubersuggest. I do not know if you've already gone through it, but I'm going to show you two things today. One is Ubersuggest. One is an interesting Chrome extension that I'll take you through. So let's get started with the SEO audit, and from there onwards, we'll basically move into the next step, which is about how do I end up basically getting keywords or keyword volume data at any given point of time when I browse anything out there, and I will be able to give it to you in a very quickly. So that's what I'm going to cover with this part. So let's look at first as the SEO audit part. So I'm just going to head over to Ubersuggest. Right, let me just go over to Ubersuggest, and I'm going to do a quick audit of my own site so it becomes easier. So the first thing that I'm going to do is select India as the place, and in this place on the left side, I'm basically going to add in the country. So that's from where we're going to start. Sorry, I don't know if it's visible. Let's just a second. Hold on. Yeah, looks like it's visible. All right. So let me just start off with the searches. I'm going to shift to English India, and I'm going to do it for my own domain, something that is of our agency. So I'm just going to show you the data for the agency website, and we'll get started from there. Just to give you a starting point, you can do it for any site that's under the sun. So you can just analyze pretty much everything, right? So this is basically the data that's loading. So it's performing what do you call it, a site audit, top keyword data, all of this part. It's also and trying to analyze the traffic and stuff like that. So there it is. I've already got this kind of a bedrock traffic over here that's growing off late. And this is primarily after the lockdown. You can see this kind of huge increase. We've not done any ads or anything of that sort, but yes, we've been doing blogging, and that's something that's been helping us. But on the left side, I will not go very deep on this part, but you can actually do this. You can go deep on it, but I'm going to just show you our site audit. So I had done this site audit some time back, and you can see the kind of data that you get on the screen. It kind of, what it does is it gives you the numbers, but along with the numbers, it gives you suggestions as well as to what you need to do, what you need to fix, what are the issues. So I can see over here that there is broken link, which could be a problem for SEO ranking. I see that there are 62 other issues. I see that something is blocked. I see redirects here. I see that 60 of these are, kind of healthy pages. And I can see in terms of, let's say we look at warnings, I can see critical errors. So it basically, what it means is like I got to work on the critical errors and I got to work on the warnings, right? So it's one of the fastest ways to actually do a quick site audit and then basically come back and say, okay, what are the things that I need to get started with? So when I go down, I see much more data, right? So I see, okay, there are elements over here that show that, okay, my site's loading time is slow, or on the mobile phone it's even more slower. So I get a ranking over here based on that. And then if I go down further, then I basically get to see what are the issues that I need to, get sorted with like right away. So I can see over here that there are 19 pages which are having low word count. There are 7 pages with like duplicate meta descriptions, 8 pages with duplicate title tags. Now this is like it's already done the scrolling on my site and has actually identified that these are the problems that are out there, right? And I can obviously do a see all issues over here, so it actually takes me to a deeper report, right? And this is all for free. So I think this is one of the best places, so you can actually figure out, if I get into this 19 pages, then it actually show you which are the pages that are having a low word count, right? So and then that's when you can actually go about and work on it. So that's basically the idea. All right, so this is a quick way to actually get your SEO back on track. Now, doing an audit is become so simple, but actually executing each of these is what actually takes a lot of time, right? So whether it's the right server that you have to pick, or you have to move to a server that is going to be faster for the country that you're targeting, all of that makes a lot of difference. So, and it's just not that, it's also the content that you're writing. It is also so, and that jump that you saw in our traffic, you're going to see that kind of jump. You're going to see that kind of leads that are basically coming onto your site, and you will see it when you start working on it. So we've started working on implementing SEO for or SEO changes or suggestions for our site, and that's the reason where you see that kind of jump in terms of traffic as well. But it's just the beginning. There are a lot of things that we need to work on. As you can see, that there are a lot of issues still that are pending. Although it basically tells us that the site audit tells us that your health is great and your ranking is great, I don't think it's great enough, right? So, and it means that although there are when it shows you all of these pointers, it means that you need to work towards it. All right, so that's what I wanted to cover for today. And besides that, I want to show you one more neat and nifty tool. It's from the same person who's actually launched an app as well, or a Chrome extension. It's called the Uber Suggest Chrome extension. So you've got to try it. So what you can do is just search for the Uber Chrome extension, Uber Suggest Chrome extension, and this is what you get. This is what you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for like Sony headphones, right? And I'm going to hit enter. So just have a look at the kind of data I'll be actually thrown across. So it's still loading the data right now. So yes, so in this case, you can see Google has already loaded the data, but I'm just waiting for the Chrome extension to also do its magic. So you can see on the right side, you can see the Chrome extension doing its magic. You can see the kind of ranking and the rating that you can see over here, right? And you can see this data, and you can actually shift countries as well. Yes. So you can see all of these elements, right? And this is what you actually want to see in terms of, let's say, what's the kind of search volume that you have for the India market, what are the different kinds of keywords, and you'll be able to do this for any brand. Like the other day, I was looking out for a brand called Bearing Watches, and I wanted to understand. So you can see this right over here. So I'm just going to type Bearing Watches, and what this Chrome extension did is, after some time, it actually gave me like, what are the kind of keyword results do I get even in keyword suggestions. So that's something that's interesting, right? So these are things that you might want to check out and you might want to try out. There are some really cool things that this particular Chrome extension does, or it gives. So let me just click enter over here, so you can see all the other things that it shows as well. I'm just gonna let it just load. So it's basically picking up the data, and it's actually going to throw up to you. So you can see over here, Bearing Watches 4,400. You can obviously change that to the city of your choice. But it's not just that. You can actually go down and see what kind of domain traffic do each of these websites have. What's the domain score of it? You can see in terms of what's the kind of traffic it has. So this is for Bearing Watches India. So that's a very quick and nifty way to actually get through so you can actually study this particular brand, or you can study the competition, stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to cover. I hope this has been useful, and if you've had any questions, please drop them in the comments, and I will be able to take you through. I mean, I will basically try to cover them on an updated video, or of that sort, right? So thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the